Say hello to me.
Hello.
Hello.
Charles.
Anybody reply? Anybody know? Okay. If you can hear me, please you reply any message to the chat box. Then I will understand that you can hear me. Okay. So can I start? Okay. This is William Lee. I'm the 4G LT product line manager of VDSL. It's my great honor to have the opportunity to give the presentation to you. The agenda of the introduction will be arranged as following. First, allow me to give a company brief, including company facts of VDSL and the VDSL USA DC technologies. Here, I especially introduce VDSL USA DC technologies because DC technology has provided tens of thousands of LTE to the customers, and it's the main LTE outdoor fixed wireless provider in the United States. VDSL BEC has invested a lot in the LTE business development and has created many successful stories. Then I will bring 4G LTE marketing status. Then I will bring 4G LTE technologies. Then I will introduce 4G LTE applications. And then I will share with you some successful stories in the United States. And lastly, I will introduce 4G LTE fixed wireless broadband product series. Do you start to report? Okay, company facts of VDSL. VDSL was founded in 1973, but publicly traded since 2000. VDSL USA DC technologies was established since 2004. Our products were approved and deployed more than 300 carriers and providers worldwide. We have millions of TV devices deployed worldwide. We have 22 offices in 16 countries and over 700 employees worldwide. VDSL headquarters is in Taipei. R&D lab is in Taiwan, Hsinchu, and China, Nanjing. VDSL USA BC Technologies is in Texas, USA. VDSL factory, Giga is in China, Dongguan. VDSL USA BC Technologies. We have thousands of 4G LTE installed bases in North America, and we are the main outdoor fixed wireless provider in the United States. VDSL and BEC are the default LTE ODU partner for major core vendors such as Alu and Ericsson. We have superior RF and antenna engineering for maximum LTE performance. We have solutions that serve multiple applications and verticals. We have hardware and software teams specially designed for carrier operations. VDSL and BEC continuously invest in core 3G, 4G, or TCP technologies. The following are 4G LTE marketing information we would like to share with you. From the GSA LTE report, there are 3,745 LTE user devices announced. Till end of 2015, there will be more than 450 LTE networks virtually announced, more than 66 LTE network operators in North America, 442 commercial LTE networks in 147 countries, 692 operators, investing in 181 countries. The development of 4G LTE network is very fast speed. Why 4G LTE is a necessity? Let's see the drivers of 4G LTE network first. 4G LTE technologies are the key drivers, including the speed of LTE network is 15 times faster than 3G network. The spectral efficiency of LTE is 10 times more efficient than 3G networks. The LTE latency is less than 10 milliseconds, and this will give a much better response time for some real-time critical applications. The pure IP network architecture of 4G LTE is a technology innovation, and the overall investment cost could be reduced. These drivers will create more competitions, including new technologies and new applications will be emerging in this evolving 4G LTE platform. Telco have competitive pressures in order to provide the best service to their customers in time in the market. Consumers are expecting more and demanding more innovative services and emerging and coming. Therefore, the result is greater user experiences and more revenue. There is no single path to LTE. Firstly, there are nationwide carriers like AT&T and Verizon, or like China Mobile. And there are regional carriers too, as their budget could be limited. Therefore, they have to partner with each other in order to provide a better service in time. And as the initial 4G LTE infrastructure investment is very high, we can see there are hosted service providers. They invest and build up the 4G LTE infrastructure and provide hosted infrastructure service to small ISP or carriers for them to easily start their LTE service in time. And lastly, we can see do it yourself and build up your own LTE network. For example, like a utility company might acquire special frequency band to provide LTE service in order to manage their equipment in the remote stations. With the development of LTE network, we can see more and more broadband services and applications. As LTE speed is pretty high and is able to provide much better service, now telcos is able to provide tier data plans. It means no more all you can eat. Telcos can provide different prices for different services. They could be based on speed or based on number of gigabytes downloaded. We can also see different end-to-end applications, including automation, remote monitoring, positioning, tracking, access management, and post services. And with government funding support, we can see LTE service providers are able to provide voice services to the unserved or undeserved in some remote rural areas. We can see that smart energy and smart grid are using LTE as a backhaul for collectors, smart meters, and remote video surveillance. Telco is able to provide LTE private network and offers organizations a reliable and secure wireless extensions to IP networks. With the LTE platform, different cloud applications can also be provided. We also see LTE connection can also provide a failover backup solutions for enterprise network. Operators with spare capacity can lease infrastructure equipment or services to others. In the United States, LTE Band 14 is designed as a public safety network band for public safety service, like a police, fire, and ambulance service. FirstNet, the ISP in the United States, builds up the LTE Band 14 public safety network to support high-speed services for public safety agencies. We can see many healthcare applications like telemedicine, health condition monitoring, and video communication, etc. With LTE, we see more live broadcast events, video on demand services, and OTT services. Here, I briefly classify LTE ecosystem as 4 groups. The first group is the standard group, including the standard bodies, industrial bodies, and the regulator. The standard bodies and the industrial bodies together adopt the newest technology and come out the 3GPP standard and release different 3GPP release versions. The second group is the initial group, the telcos. They provide the 4G LTE infrastructure and the services. The third group is the foundation group, including device vendors, chip manufacturers, infrastructure suppliers, service contract providers, test equipment manufacturers, and application developers. They are the foundation of 4G LTE infrastructure. The fourth group is the business and the home market group. Based on 4G LTE platform, they provide the services and applications to end users. For example, like enterprise VPN services, vertical applications, M2M applications, rapid workplace setup, remote healthcare, public safety, transport and logistics, broadcast and mobile TV services, etc. Next, I will brief some 4G LTE technologies. Okay. In the slide, we show the development of mobile technology from 3G LTE to 4G. Let's take a look at the 4G first. "4G stands for, we also call it IMT Advanced or LTE Advanced. It's the fourth generation of mobile telecommunications technology, succeeding 3G. A 4G system must provide the capabilities defined by ITU. In 4G definition, the peak download speed can be up to 1 gigabit per second, and the peak upload speed can be up to 500 megabits per second. The latency or round trip time is less than 5 milliseconds. LTE Advanced starts from 3GPP release 10 version. We can see some LTE Advanced rollout starting from 2014 and 2015. The access methodology is OFDM and the SC-FDMA. Now let's take a look at the LTE. LTE stands for long-term evolution. Its peak download speed can be up to 100 megabits per second, and the peak upload speed can be up to 50 megabits per second. The 100 megabit speed is still far from 1 gigabit per second 4G speed defined by IMT Advanced group. So it's not fully IMT Advanced 4G definition compliant, but it's often branded as 4G by service providers. So in current usage, we often call LTE as 4G. LTE latency or round trip time is less than 10 milliseconds. LTE starts from 3GPP release 8 version, and the initial rollout is in around the year 2010. The access methodology is OFDM and the SC-FDMA. Let's take a look at the 3G, including HSPA+, HSPA, HSUPA, HSDPA, and the WCDMA. HSPA+ starts from 3GPP release 7. The peak download speed can be up to 28 megabps. HSPA, HSUPA, HSDPA starts from 3GPP release 5 version, and the peak download speed can be up to 14 megabits per second. WCDMA or UMTS starts from 3GPP release 4 version. Let's take a look at the key 4G LTE radio features. One of the key features is radio access technology. It's based on OFDM radio access technology. In the downlink, OFDMA access technology is used. OFDMA stands for orthogonal frequency division multiplexing access. In the uplink, SC-FDMA access methodology is used. SC-FDMA stands for single carrier frequency division multiple access. The other key feature is advanced antenna solution. 3 solutions are used in the LTE technology. The first one is MIMO. MIMO stands for multiple input, multiple output. MIMO is often used in areas with good signal quality. In such a good signal quality environment, different data can be sent and received from different antennas in order to get multiple data throughput. The second one is diversity technology. Diversity is often used in areas with poor signal quality. In poor signal quality environment, the same data can be sent or received from different antennas in order to make sure we can receive the correct data in time. The third one is beamforming technology. Beamforming is the technology to improve the signal strength. The third key feature is spectrum flexibility. We have FDD, frequency division duplexing, and the TDD, time division duplexing technologies. The spectrum allocation bandwidth can be from as small as 1.4 megahertz to 20 megahertz. The FDD and the TDD technologies can be based on existing frequency bands and can be based on new LTE frequency bands too. There are 2 duplexing schemes in 4G LTE. They are FDD and the TDD. FDD stands for frequency division duplexing. You can see from the slide that for FDD technology, the uplink and downlink are using different frequency bandwidths. In this example, frequency 2685 MHz to 2690 MHz, total 5 MHz bandwidth is used for uplink. And the frequency 2565 MHz to 2570 MHz, total 5 MHz bandwidth is used for downlink. TDD stands for time division duplexing. You can see from the slide that for TDD technology, the uplink and downlink are sharing the same frequency bandwidth. In this example, frequency 2570 MHz to 2580 MHz, total 10 MHz bandwidth is used for both uplink and downlink. For the first 2.5 millisecond time slot, the frequency bandwidth is used for downlink. And for the next 2.5 millisecond time slot, the frequency bandwidth is used for uplink. In this slide, we can see a large number of radio spectrum allocations have been reserved for 4G LTE FDD. The 4G LTE FDD frequency bands are paired to allow simultaneous transmission on 2 frequencies. The bands also have a sufficient separation to enable the transmitted signals not to unduly impair the receiver performance. For example, let's take a look at the popular band 4. We also call it the AWS band. The uplink is 1,710 megahertz to 1,755 megahertz, and the downlink is 2,110 megahertz to 2,155 megahertz. The bandwidth is 45 megahertz. The gap is 355 megahertz. And this gap bandwidth is big enough to separate uplink and the downlink. Here, LTE band 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 12, 13, 17, 20, 25 are more common bands used in different countries. The 4G LTE TDD bands are unpaired because the uplink and the downlink share the same frequency. For example, let's take a look at a very common band 38. The frequency is 2,570 megahertz to 2,620 megahertz. The bandwidth is 50 megahertz. Uplink and the downlink all share this same bandwidth. Band 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44 are more common bands used in different countries. You will often see the term UE Cat 3, UE Cat 4, or UE Cat 6. It means user equipment category 3, category 4, and category 6. 3GPP defines different UE category for different performance and capabilities of the LTE user equipment. The higher the number, the higher the performance and the capability. It is possible for the eNode B to communicate with user equipment using capabilities that it knows the UE possesses. Accordingly, the eNode B will not communicate beyond the performance or the capability of the user equipment. Let's take a look at the Cat 3 category. The downlink can be up to 100 megabps. The uplink can be up to 50 megabps. For UE Cat 4 category, the downlink can be up to 150 megabps. The uplink can be up to 50 megabps. For UE Cat 6 category, the downlink can be up to 300 megabps. The uplink can be up to 50 megabps. Currently, we support the LTE Cat 3 and the Cat 4, and later we will be able to support the Cat 6. Okay, until now, if you have any questions. Okay. Let's take a look at the 4G LTE applications. Let me summarize 4G LTE CP features first. VDN has broad range of LTE devices, including fixed routers, voice over IP gateways, outdoor routers, and the industrial solutions. We specialize in advanced antenna technologies for increased coverage, signal reception, and efficiency, and we support the most common global LTE bands. We provide the feature-rich and high-performance platform with advanced functionality such as dual APN. We support the feature to actively monitor primary and backup connection for fully automated failover. We support all gigabit interfaces, including Giga LAN and Giga WAN. We support the full VPN security, including IPSec, PPTP, L2TP, and GRE. For device security considerations, we include the full firewall security, SPI firewall, filtering, access control list, etc. The following applications are based on 4G LTE models, including LTE outdoor router models, LTE indoor models, and the LTE indoor VoIP models. The first application is set up LTE outdoor router in an extremely cold environment. The requirements are they need to be able to work reliably and in extremely cold environment for a long time. The box is waterproof and no moisture will flow into the box. It's able to sustain for a long time without cracking the housing. Special antenna design to extend the signal to a longer distance. The picture tells everything. Billion outdoor LTE router is working in extremely cold environment. Outside is very cold, as you can see, but inside the box, the CPU is working and it's very hot. The change is that the temperature inside the box and outside the box is so different. And the pressure inside the box and outside the box is quite different too. How you keep the pressure of inside the box and outside the box balanced. How you keep the moisture from flowing into the box. How the box is designed to prevent the cracking because of varying the pressure and the temperature. It is challenging and not an easy job. Billion hardware and housing are specially designed to meet the locked environment. Billion outdoor box is able to support IP67 grade. It means it is waterproof and rust-proof, and is able to withstand the worst changing environment. The next application is set up LTE outdoor in a desert-like environment. The requirements are they need to be able to work reliably in extremely desert-like environment for a long time. It's able to sustain day and night and different weather conditions in the desert. It's able to sustain for a long time without cracking the housing. Special antenna designed to extend the signal to a longer distance. Again, the picture tells everything. Billion LTE outdoor is working in a desert-like environment. It is connected with solar panel and is powered by solar energy. It is installed in a very remote area and the installation cost is pretty high. After the installation, the box has to withstand the day and night temperature differences. The box has to withstand the cold and hot weather and the rainy days. The box has to work continuously for some years. This picture tells us that our hardware, software, and the housing design is able to withstand in the worst changing environment. Next one is instant POS setup for credit card access in remote area. Here, POS means point of sales terminal. The requirements are they need an instant POS setup for credit card access with LTE network. They need a special antenna designed to extend to a longer distance. Need to be able to work reliably in different outside environment. Need a VPN security tunnel support. It is an outdoor router. The LTE outdoor, the model name 4700 GU, is able to provide a convenient 4G LTE connection for instant POS terminal setup for credit card access in remote areas where there is no fixed line internet connection. To set up the credit card access, the POS terminal has to be authenticated by the authentication server in the Ministry of Economy through the internet. And the LTE outdoor 4700 GU has to set up a secure VPN connection to the central office where business main server is located in order to proceed the secure transactions.
The integrated MIMO antenna and an optimal antenna per LTE band design is able to maximize the bandwidth and expand the LTE wireless coverage. In addition, 4700 GU IP67 rated industrial-grade enclosure is able to endure the challenging outdoor environment. Okay, next let's take a look at another application, the dual APN to support different services. APN means access point name. The carrier is able to use different APN names to identify different services. The requirements are the device should provide 3 different traffic types: Internet traffic type, voice traffic type, and the TRO69 management traffic type. And the APN1 is for Internet traffic. APN2 is for voice and management traffic. Internet traffic is with lowest priority, and the voice traffic is with the high priority. In the implementation, the LTE CPE has to establish dual APN, the APN1 and the APN2 connections with the telecommunication system. And then the LTE CPE has to classify Internet traffic, voice traffic, and the TRO69 management traffic. The CPE has to assign Internet traffic to APN1 and assign voice traffic and the TRO69 management traffic to APN2. The voice traffic will have the highest priority, and the Internet traffic will have the lower priority. The next application is IP pass-through support. Though enterprise firewall router is connected through billion fixed LTE router to the Internet, the enterprise firewall router, when interface IP address, has to be public IP address. So billion fixed LTE router has to support IP pass-through in order to pass through the public IP address to the enterprise firewall router. So the requirements are the WAN interface of the enterprise firewall router is connected to the LAN side of billion fixed LTE router. Mobile telecom assigned public IP address for billion fixed LTE router is reassigned to the WAN interface of the enterprise firewall router. Billion fixed LTE router passes all IP traffic from mobile interface to the enterprise firewall router attached to the LAN interface. In the slide, the mobile telecom assigns public IP address 125.125.1.2 and the net mask and the gateway to billion fixed LTE router. The billion fixed LTE router reassign the public IP address, net mask, and the gateway to the WAN interface of the enterprise firewall router. Billion fixed LTE router then passes all IP traffic from mobile interface to the enterprise firewall router attached to the LAN interface. The next application is outdoor hotspot, 4G LTE outdoor plus wireless hotspot AP. The requirements are they need an outdoor LTE router to provide a high-speed 4G connection for hotspot application, and need a PoE interface to connect to a Wi-Fi outdoor access point. And they need a special antenna design to extend to a longer distance. And the design has to be ruggedized design to sustain in the extreme environment and be reliable. In this application, billion 4700 GWL LTE outdoor router can provide a convenient high-speed 4G connection setup without the hassle of building a wired connection. With the dual polarity antenna design, it can expand 4G LTE coverage. With IP67 rugged design, it can sustain in the most challenging environment. With the built-in PoE interface, Billion 4G LTE router can be easily incorporated with the outdoor hotspot IP and provide the hotspot service. The next application is VPN redundancy with 4G LTE network. The requirements are they need a VPN redundancy solution to assure VPN connection, and they need the high-speed EWAN and high-speed 4G LTE to assure high-speed connection, and they need the failover and failback as backup solution. Our solution supports VPN redundancy with 4G LTE as either the main network connection or as the backup network connection. As you can see, the VPN is connected between the retail store and the headquarters, and another VPN is connected between the branch office and the headquarters too. A VPN failover mechanism is enforced. When the main connection fails, the VPN will be established through the backup connection automatically. This assures both the retail and the branch office have an always-on VPN connection with the headquarters. With the failover mechanism, we can back up an always-on connection, and a lot of maintenance cost is reduced too. The next application is SCADA over VPN tunnel with backup connection. The SCADA system, the abbreviation of supervisory control and data acquisition, requires the collected data be sent from different factories in time, and the data has to be secure too. Our 4G, 3G, LTE VPN failover solution have successfully been applied to different SCADA applications in the field. The requirements are they need to have a LTE connection as a backup in case fixed line is dead. Data is encrypted during the transmission. We can apply IPSec as the encryption method and support a secure and reliable VPN failover backup connection for SCADA applications. The next application is IPSec plus GRE over 4G LTE network. This application can be applied to billion LTE indoor models and billion LTE outdoor models too. The requirements are they need GRE protocol to provide multicasting applications like OSPF and IPTV through IPSec connection. In this application, we further integrate the IPSec protocol and the GRE protocol to support more flexibly and efficiently in your network design. We support the GRE over IPSec solution. With this solution, we can create a secure VPN tunnel over 4G LTE network, and at the same time, we can build up the multicasting network through the VPN tunnel too. The IPSec plus GRE provide data confidentiality between numerous agencies and allows IP multicast-based applications such as routing protocols, multicast updates, and the multicast applications for real-time voice and video streaming over IP. We provide you a cost-effective IPSec plus GRE solution over the 4G LTE network to best suit the network requirements of your business. The next application is 4G LTE backup solution for voice providers. This application applies to billion 4G LTE indoor VoIP models. The requirements are voice provider provide the 4G LTE as voice backup solution to their customers. In this application, we provide a 4G LTE backup solution for voice providers to provide a secure and reliable voice over IP solution to their customers. We have a dual WAN design that is 4G LTE as the main interface and the Giga WAN as the backup interface, or vice versa. When the main interface fails, the backup interface will be activated. When the main interface recovers, it can fall back to the main interface. With this failover and the failback capability, voice providers can provide a secure and high-speed solution to back up the internet connection in case of any network failure. Next, let's take a look at the billion central management system. Currently, we are developing a central management system to support our customer to better centrally manage billion business routers. The following are some key features: 3G, 4G monitor and the warning, and can upgrade the firmware to device or group by schedule, can upload the device configuration to central management system, can restore device configuration from central management system, and can factory reset device, can reboot, can have a device status overview, can do the LAN setting and the DHCP server setting, time zone, DMZ, etc. The models that can be managed include some 3G, 4G LTE embedded models, VDSL, ADSL, 3G, 4G embedded models, ADSL 2+ models, ADSL 2+ voice over IP models, and VDSL 2+ models. In fact, not all models support the CMS management system. If you have such management requirements, you are welcome to advise more of your requirements and expectations to our sales. We will be very glad to comment and give you suggestions. The next one is CMS schedule firmware upgrade by group. The requirement is need a convenient way to upgrade the firmware to a group of LTE routers in the field. Need to be able to schedule a convenient upgrade time. In our CMS management system, we support group function to group the devices of the same model. In the group function, you can select the firmware you would like to upgrade and schedule a convenient upgrade time. And then you can select the firmware version and click apply. After you apply, you can click the check button to check the schedule setting. And then the CMS will upgrade the firmware to the devices of the group at the specified time schedule. The next one is CMS 3G, 4G LTE central management monitoring and warning. The requirements are they need to have a quick warning in case the 4G LTE is not connected. And they need to be able to know the 4G LTE signal strength and the history of the amount of transmit and receive data. And the customer need to have an overall status of the 4G LTE routers. In the slide, you can see the device 7820 NG. The bottom one is online. And then you can see the 3G, 4G transmit and receive data by status of 7820 NG. You can see the 3G, 4G ISP name is China Unicom, and its connection mode is UMTS, And you can see the firmware version number and the last informed time of the device, etc. When you click the 3G, 4G transmit receive data, you will see the 3G, 4G transmit receive data status like the graph you see in the slide. You can check the data by day or by week. Okay, until now, if you have any question. Okay. Now we have many successful stories from the United States, and most of the successful stories are from regional carriers. Billion BEC USA BEC Technologies has invested the resources and built up long-term relationships with around many US regional carriers. The cutting-edge products, the quality of the products, and the dedication and the support of the products are the keys to those successful stories. Here, I would like to share with you, and your comments are welcome. The first successful story is Giga Communications. Giga Communications offers high-speed internet services in many counties in Indiana, United States. Giga Communications also offers fiber to the home, digital television service, and local phone services. Giga is Billion USA BEC long-term partner. After consultation with Giga LTE deployment team regarding their product and the network requirements, we introduced Billion indoor LTE and outdoor LTE solution for Giga 700 MHz and the AWS band. The stability and the performance improvements, Billion USB-C direct support, and the software customization efforts have enabled a continuous, smooth, and wide LTE deployment. To quote Giga Internet and Marketing Manager, we have been very pleased with the performance and the ease of use of Billion BEC radios. They have allowed us to deploy our LTE network quicker and easier. West Central Net is another successful story. Because time is limited, I don't go detail with you. You can take a look at yourself after the training if you are interested. The Box Tassel Wireless is another successful story. And the Box Island Telephone Cooperative is another success story. And the Nemon Telephone Cooperative is another success story. If you are interested, you are welcome to take a look at after the training. Next, I will introduce Billion 4G LTE fixed wireless broadband series to you. I characterize our 4G LTE products into 6 categories. The first category is outdoor IP67 grade 4G LTE router. IP67 grade means it can meet the highest standard of waterproof and rust-proof, and therefore IP67 grade product is able to withstand in the most challenging environment. For this category, we have the model BiPAC 4700 GUL 4G LTE outdoor router. And with VPN function, we have a BiPAC 4700 GU 4G LTE outdoor VPN router. This category applies to outdoor most challenging environment applications. In the second category, we integrate VoIP into our 4G LTE indoor router. For this category, we have a BiPAC 4500 VNOG, VMPG 4G LTE VoIP wireless and broadband router. And with VPN function, we have a BiPAC 4500 VNOG 4G LTE VoIP wireless and VPN broadband router. This category applies to LTE indoor VoIP applications. The third category is 4G LTE router. For this category, we have a BiPAC 4500 NGL 4G LTE wireless and broadband router. And with VPN function, we have a BiPAC 4500 NG 4G LTE wireless and VPN broadband router. This category applies to LTE indoor applications. The fourth category is VDSL, ADSL, 4G LTE dual SIM router. For this category, we provide the dual SIM slot for customers to have a redundant 4G, 3G ISP network setup. We have a triple WAN interface design in this category. The 3G interfaces include ADSL or VDSL, Giga EWAN, and the 3G, 4G embedded interfaces. For this category, we have the model BiPAC 7820 NG, which is 3G, 4G LTE embedded ADSL 2+ router. And with VDSL interface, we have a BiPAC 8920 NG, which is 3G, 4G LTE embedded VDSL ADSL 2+ router. This category applies to LTE indoor applications. Now let's take a look at the more detail of each model. The first one is 4700 GU and 4700 GUL outdoor router. It is outdoor IP67 grade. It supports different LTE bands and limited 2G, 3G support. We have embedded directional and optimized antenna design per band. The MIMO antenna is able to enhance the service coverage. It is lightweight and compact design, and the PoE interface is supported. We have a dual polarization antenna technology to ensure faster and efficient bidirectional transmission. We have a precise installation alignment with multiple angle, multi-position pole mount base kits. For BiPAC 4700 GU, we support the VPN function, including IPSec, PPTP, L2TP, and the GRE. The operating temperature is -40 to 60. Because we optimize antenna design for different LTE bands. Therefore, if you have a sales inquiry, you have to advise more detail of the band requirement to our sales. Then our sales will be able to recommend the suitable model with suitable antenna for your inquiry. Now let's take a look at the 4700 GUL application diagram. 4700 GUL is the outdoor LTE router to provide high-speed internet connection to the internet. Indoor, there is a Wi-Fi broadband router to provide home wireless connection. And we provide the PoE adapter in our 4700 GUL package. In this application, the PoE adapter connects the PoE LAN interface of 4700 GUL to provide the power through the LAN interface. The PoE adapter also connects the LAN interface of a Wi-Fi broadband router so that the home router will be able to serve the internet through the 4700 GUL 4G connection. The power of PoE injector can be either connected to the UPS at home or to the power outlet at home directly. You can attach the grounding wire to the 4700 G wire with the grounding cable we provide. The next one in the slide, you can see on the left hand side of the interface, you can see there is a SIM slot and the 4 LED, and the definition of 4 LED are as below. The number 1 is the power LED, number 2 is the LAN LED, number 3 is the internet LED, number 4 is the signal strength indicator. The next one, we provide a suggestion of 0 degree, minus 45 degree, plus 45 degree alignment in order to best fit the antenna angle of telecom cell station, and therefore the outdoor router can have the best signal quality. Okay, any question? Yes, we provide the standard power for the outdoor LTE, and if you would like to have a long distance transmission, I think it depends on the cell tower, the power of the cell tower, and the antenna technology of the cell tower, and also the antenna technology of 4700. And it also depends on if the transmission is in flat area or not. In flat area, the transmission will be, the disturbance of transmission will be much less than like in frost area, not a flat area. So it is it depends on many situations, but in our design we optimize per band for the antenna to get the best transmission coverage. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the next slide. We support the wall mount, pole mount in order for different site installation. On the left side, it is mounted to the wall. In the middle, we support the pole mounting to the pole smaller than 38 millimeter. On the right side, we support the pole mounting to the pole larger than 38 millimeter. The next slide, let's take a look at the 4G LTE wireless and router series. By pack 4500NG or 4G LTE wireless and failover router. We have a different school to support the different LTE bands and the different 2G, 3G bands. If you have a sales inquiry, you have to check the supported band detail with our sales. We have a 1 Giga WAN interface and 1 LTE interface. They can be either as main interface or as a backup interface. LAN and WAN are all Giga interfaces. For bypack 4500NG, we support the VPN function, including IPSec PBTP, L2TP, and the GRE. And the IPv6 support is ready. We have one USB port for storage. We have a wireless L2.11n 300 megabits per second support. In the slide, upper one is the back panel of 4500 NG. The low one is the back panel of 4500 NGL. They have the same hardware interfaces. SIM slot is on the left-hand side, and then the USB interface, and then the 4 Giga LAN interface, and then 1 Giga WAN interface, and then you can see the reset and the load default hole, and then the WPS button, and then the power jack, and then the power on-off switch. Then let's take a look at the 4G LTE VoIP wireless and router series. By pack 4500 VNOG, 4500 VNPG, 4G LTE VoIP wireless and WAN over router. They support the voice over IP with SIP standard and have 2 FXX ports. 4500 VNOG is with VPN function, and 4500 VNPG is without VPN function. In the slide, the upper one is the back panel of 4500 VNOG, and the lower one is the back panel of 4500 VNPG. And you can see we have 2 FXX port support on the left side of the panel. Let's take a look at the BiPAC 7820 NG. It is VPN supported, have a 3G, 4G LTE embedded with dual SIM card slots. Support the firewall security with DOS prevention and the SPI. Support the quality of service control for traffic prioritization, and have a triple WAN ports, including 3G, 4G LTE, ADSL 2+, Ethernet WAN for broadband connectivity, and support the failover feature to ensure an always-on connection. Support the 4-port 110, 100 Ethernet switch. Support the L2.11n. Let's take a look at the back panel of 7820 NG. Number 1 is the power jack. Number 2 is the on-off switch button. Number 3 is the reset. Number 4 is the WPS. Number 5 is we have the dual SIM slot. Number 6 is the USB interface. Number 7 are 4 Ethernet interfaces. Number 8 is the ADSL interface. Number 9 are 2 external antennas. Now let's take a look at the VDSL 2, ADSL 2+, 3G, 4G LTE embedded series by PAC A8920 NG, 3G, 4G LTE embedded VDSL 2+, ADSL 2+, wireless and VPN firewall router. It is very similar to 7820 NG, and with the difference is that it supports 4-port Giga Ether switch, and it supports with VDSL 2+ interface. Let's take a look at the back panel of 8920 NG. Number 1 is the power jack. Number 2 is the on-off switch button. Number 3 is the reset and the WPS. Number 5 is Ethernet WAN. Number 6 are 4 Ethernet interfaces. Number 7 is the USB interface. Number 8, we have the dual SIM slots. Number 9 is a VDSL ADSL interface. Okay, I think this is the last slide on my presentation. Thank you very much for spending time to join with me in the presentation. If you have any questions on the products, applications, or business opportunities, you are welcome to give me an email. And thank you very much for attending the introduction. I think we still have some time. If you have a question, I can answer your questions here. If you have any question, you can use the chat to ask questions. Then I can see from the screen of your questions. Okay, thank you very much for okay, if you have a question, you can use the chat to ask me questions. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any question, you are welcome to give me an email, and we are very welcome to see your comments and to further understand your business opportunities. Thank you very much. Thank you.